again, everyone. You can continue to enjoy your cake, and those that are joining us via Zoom, I'm sorry, the cake is good. But we are ready to open the meeting, our executive, and I'll turn this over to Karen, our board chair.
We'll call the meeting to order. It is 3 o'clock. We'll start with roll call then.
From Cheyenne County, Darla Deeds. Here. Decatur County, Julie Carter. Logan County, Betty Hoppersmith. Sheridan County, Kayleen Olkey. Here. Trigo County, Kathy Sherpick. Wallace, Bird City Public, Connie Chambers. Here. St. Francis Public, Terry Finley. Here. 103, Cheyenne, Darla Dybel. Is she not? Okay, no. 297, St. Francis, Nancy Walraven. Here. Jennings City, Joan McKenna. Here. Oberlin City, Warren Major. Here. Gove City, Susan Beasley. Here. Brainfield City, Bonnie Wood. Here. Jay Johnson, Tanya Roberts. Here. Moore Family, Aaron Walls. Wheatland, Nicolette Cox. Here. Quinter, 293, Valerie Brown Kushera. Oakley Public, Steve Johnson.
Here.
275, Bright Plains, Crystal Krager. Almena City, Deborah Martinez. Present. Lenora Public, Claudia Schoen. Here. Norton Correctional, Lori Van Eaton. Norton Public, Patricia Hart. 211 Norton, Ashley Smith Maybon. 212 Northern Valley, John Vincent.
John is joining us. John, can you hear us? John?
Selden Public,
He is on Zoom with
Here.
us, so.
Okay. Judy Rogers. Here. Sheridan County, Sarah Derricks. Here. 316 Golden Plains, Robin Wiesel. 412 Hoxie, Andrea Ziegler. Goodland Public, Karen Gillahan. Here. USD 352 Goodland, Barb Bador. HF Davis Memorial, Aaron Adams. Northwest Kansas Groundwater, Jody McCain. Northwest Kansas Heritage Center, Kathy Fullwinder. Pioneer Memorial, Katie Schmidt.
Here.
Sacred Heart, Jamie McClure. 314 Brewster, Chris Holt. 315 Colby, Melissa Brown. Here. Trigo County Hospital, Christine Halber. Waukene City, Sharon Stupelli. Here. Sharon Public, Sharon Springs Public, Sharon Van Allen.
Here.
USD 241 Wallace County, Jamin Hawkins. And 242 Weston, Cindy Harrell.
Here.
That's everybody. I didn't count. I can't count them all at the same time.
Okay. We're good. We met quorum.
We met more.
Yes.
We're good. Okay, thank you. Everyone, I'm sure got the minutes. Was there any corrections to the minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
I so move.
You want to say your
Nancy Walraven.
name? You got it.
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. It's been moved and seconded to approve the August 20th, 2024 full board minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. Motion carried. Okay, Mary, will that be the financial report?
All right, sounds good. Yes, a copy of the 2024 yearly report has been added to your packet. as well as an infographic. And this is brand new for us, so this was an infographic that we did for Legislative Day, or I should say that, I actually did it, for Legislative Day. The idea came from another regional system director, Sharon Moreland, in Southeast Kansas Library System. So all of the regional offices, went ahead and each office created this infographic, but we thought it was a really wonderful idea because we do present our system plan before the state library every year, but then they don't see the picture of what occurred during the year. So this was kind of a nice way, and you will also see in there that I included a yearly report. We hadn't had a yearly report since 2019, so I thought, let's bring that back so that all of you as our members could see everything that did happen over the course of the year. The last annual, I wrote that in my little notes. As you recall, last year I shared that we had sold our 2014 Town and Country van, and we're planning on selling the 2016 Town and Country van this year, and adding some capital improvement funds to these monies to purchase one safer vehicle for transport of school rotation and to transport member librarians comfortably to events and trainings. A 2023 Suburban with 35,080 miles was purchased for the system on March 7th. The purchase price was $47,154, and after trading in the 2016 Town and Country, deducting that from the amount, the price we received from the sale of the red one in April of 2024, the total cost of the system for the new Suburban was $38,054. Ryan Hopkins, our Director of Information Technology, has incorporated some travel expenses into his Northwest Kansas Library System contracted services, so that also factored into our decision to downsize to just the two vehicles, our white rotation van and then the Suburban, which we had to keep borrowing while we paid Sierra mileage for her to take her Suburban, or no, yours is a Expedition. I'll get it right, I'm so sorry. But she did like our Suburban. So we did want to be sure that we had something to comfortably take our librarians to KLA each year, and we went to Arcel 2 years ago. So yeah, we wanted to be able to do that. In the packet, you'll also find a 3-year budget overview of our capital improvement fund document. Prior to implementing this fund in 2023, the system only had $12,000 in so-called emergency funds. Our goal remains to build that fund to have at least 3 months of working capital, as suggested by the Lloyd Group. By the end of 2025, we are on target to have $75,101.10 in our capital improvement fund. So we feel that that is a huge, huge accomplishment, and we're very happy that we were able to do that. The system has made significant progress in just 2 years, and especially with remaining revenue neutral last year and this year. The Lloyd Group in 2025 also took over as auditors for the system, replacing Bates & Miller. Our total yearly income is generated solely by the 10-county tax levy, 2 grants, Humanities Kansas and Talking Books, and state aid. Due to major changes in potential funding for the State Library of Kansas, we erred on the side of caution this year and only budgeted for $30,000 in state aid income for 2026. We received extra this year, as you well know that you did as well, but then it has not been approved for 2026. And we felt like with the IMLS, as unsteady as it was, and lots of different changes. I mean, I think everyone economically understands that we just want to be fiscally responsible. We want to err on the side of caution. So we're like, we will budget $30,000. If we get the $50,000, our goal is to, like was stated earlier today, we feel like the digital resources are huge, so we can put money into the digital resources, more of that, so that some of our libraries don't have any overages, so we would be able to do that, and we would also be able to increase our collection development grant, because we feel like it's very important for you guys to build your own collections. So that's something we've worked hard on too as well. We do not want it to affect our members' courier service, so this year what we also had to do was that The courier service did increase by $250, but none of our libraries will pay that extra amount. We covered that full amount. So in the increase, we budgeted for more money so that we could cover that. $295 per library. And so all of our libraries will have a year to try to get I think most of the libraries paid a small portion of it, but it depends on the size, and we did have the formula that we shared with everyone, about 55% for our largest ones, then it's 60, 65, and then 70% is covered, the smaller libraries. So we did want to give them an extra year to be able to kind of get that funding. And if we have it and we can do it again, we feel that that's one of the services that is indispensable. There is no way, for you to do the things that you do. I know that so many of you are lending a lot of materials. So even though there are small and rural libraries out here, a lot of people are getting, ILL from your collections. So that says a lot about you. So thank you for that. But we want to also support that effort by continuing with the courier service too, and helping to offset as much of that cost as we can. Of the general fund, we had a total of $247,004.35 carried over from 2024. We have also received the third disbursement from the counties, resulting in an income of $677,100.97 in June. Currently, we have a net income from carryover and tax disbursements of $521,880.40. which also accounts for expenditures of $412,632.69 for 2025. Of the Employee Benefit Fund, NWKLS received the third county disbursement for this fund, as well as resulting in a total of $101,162.59 from the counties this year. There was also a carryover of $41,604.55 from the 2024 Employee Benefit Fund. As you probably know, that's one that we can never really be sure what it's going to be, just because of, all of the withholdings and things. They change whenever the federal government decides to change them. So we always have to make an estimate of that. So that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mary. As far as my report, first, before I introduce our board, I thank Mary, Sylvia, Sierra, and Aaron. They do such a great job at the system. We couldn't do all that we do as a board if we didn't have them. But I'd like to introduce, I am the board chair, Karen Gillihan. Steve Johnson, would you please stand? He's first vice chair. Warren Banter is second. Banter is second vice chair. Warren is second vice chair. Joanne Mormon is secretary. Ashley Smith Balon is treasurer. And then we have Connie Chambers, Judy Rogers, Katie Schmidt, Sharon Stapelli, and Sharon Van Allen, and Aaron Walls. Sharon Stapelli, she took Mary Deaver, who retired, she was on the board for a long time. So that's my report. Because Mary's going to tell you the rest.
That was director's report. My turn again. Okay. Northwest Kansas Library System is, as I told you, celebrating our 60th anniversary. In those 60 years, NWKLS has seen many changes, but the underlying mission of creating a support system for our small and rural and Northwest libraries has remained. NWKLS provides monetary assistance and services in the form of grants, stipends, continuing education opportunities, a rotation collection, technology assistance, a shared ILS, cataloging subscription, and the latest adult and children's programming resources. We are especially excited this year for our new national grant recipients who will be attending ARSEL in Albuquerque, New Mexico next month along with 2 of our staff members. So we have Chelsea, who will be going, and we have Terry, if you guys can stand up, our national. So if you want to know anything about what happened at ARSEL, reach out to them. And then we have Sylvia and Sierra, who will be going with them. So we're very excited for that opportunity for all of them.
I appreciate it.
Great, we love it, yes. I'd like to start by introducing our highly motivated staff. First, we have Erin Davis at the back. Erin will be celebrating her 5th anniversary with NWKLS in November, and I'm sure all of you have spoken to Erin many times. We are so happy to have her here this year. She was out on maternity leave last year, and we miss her. She had everything ready for us. She is our business admin as well as our HR rep for our small crew. She is a jack of all trades and can usually answer any questions you may have about NWKLS programs or processes. She runs our day-to-day operations seamlessly and is highly motivated to learn all aspects of the system. Next is Sierra Percival. Wait. She is our regional consultant. Sierra is an innovative, creative, and she isn't afraid to look for new opportunities and share those programs and initiatives with our public and school librarians. This year, she created a school librarians workshop, and the feedback was amazing. So any of you that got to go, we were very proud, and I told her that it was something that I think had always been something that NWKLS wanted to do, but we combined with other people, but never initiated it. So Sierra did a wonderful job initiating that. Sylvia went with her. We had our, I think 1 intern, right? 2, 1 intern could go, so one of our interns got to go too, so that was wonderful. She and our summer intern, Savannah Rumback, and Trista Smith created and transported numerous storywalks over the past few months. And I know Sierra has a few exciting ideas in the works, and we'll be sharing those with our members very soon. Our school librarians did get a little bit of a sneak peek of that in June. Sylvia Holmes is our Talking Books and Member Services Consultant. Sylvia has been with us for 1.5 years. Sylvia is your main contact for all things Talking Books, Verso, and rotation or cataloging questions. Sylvia always lends her assistance with a smile and genuinely cares about all of our member librarians. Sylvia has been working with Greenfield and Moore Family to extend our services for members. Sylvia has initiated that, and what that will do is, as Gail, it's funny that you and Patty sort of were talking about the library cards. Well, because of the way our catalog was done and when it was first done, Greenfield had access, there in Gove, they had access to the digital resources, but then we did not have that for Gove or for Moore Family, which is Grinnell. So we just thought, well, we have 3 Wallace County schools are together on Verso, so why couldn't we incorporate the 3 smaller ones all together? They each will give out library cards, then they have access to digital resources, and problem solved. Because we can't really go back, you know, when you try to go back to Overdrive and be like, oh, we'd like to add a library, sure, that would be 50,000 or, you know, whatever crazy thing. So it's like, there's got to be a loophole there somewhere. So yeah, so great job on that as well. They, like I said, they were not initially included, so that's wonderful. Sylvia welcomes feedback from our members and always ensures the statistics warrant the services and resources NWKLS provides our members. We are cognitive of the fact that we are tasked with being good stewards of the tax money we receive. Ryan Hopkins is our Director of Technology, and he's a very busy guy. He was here earlier to make sure all this worked well, and so I'm very happy. I think people are seeing us okay. We can see their names, so we're going to go with it. But he helped me get that all set up. He has been invaluable to NWKLS this past year, and we are thrilled to once again contract with Hopalong IT Services in 2026. Remember to submit a question by clicking on the blue rabbit at the bottom right-hand portion of your taskbar. If you need computer quotes, products, or services related to your technology needs, Ryan is your first contact. The last few months have been stressful and uncertain in the library world, but we feel confident in saying that our partnership with you, our members, has remained strong, and we have planned for the uncertain future, and this is going to be reflected in our budget when you look at it, as I said, with the Courier, with the state aid. Even with that pre-planning, we do remain revenue neutral. The state library has informed us that we should see no changes in our funding in 2026. State aid will not be as much as it was last year when the legislature increased it in 2025, but at least we have not lost it altogether. Fortunately, with a portion of the state aid, NWKLS continues to offer its members full digital services through Hoopla and Sunflower. NWKLS has been overseeing Sunflower as administrators for the last 10 years since its inception. We currently serve as and work with their board. So they do now have a board, and we work with them. Sierra has created a website. So when we started working with Humanities Kansas, we have that reservation on our page as well. So we always say for a tiny little library system, we are kind of extending that across the state. So when people say, oh, you know, we could do that, I'm like, well, go ahead. I always say, I'll say something to Sierra, and I'll be like, so, do you have a minute? She goes, I always feel, Mary, that's a loaded question. Because I say to you, she goes, because there's never a moment that I'm not doing something or working on something. So I'm like, I'm going to try not to ask the loaded question anymore. But yeah, I mean, I do feel really proud of our staff because we do a lot. And it is, I mean, we know that Northeast does the courier service and things like that, but for a little library. And this year as well, the state library has started a new initiative where they want to share the notable books. So Humanities Kansas asked us if we have the shelving for one more collection. We're like, oh, okay, sure. And so we'll also just dispense that across the state. They tell us it's only 3 to 4 books, but you know, there's 40 to 50 copies of that. So we're hopeful, but when we read between the lines, we're not sure. So we're either going to be like, whoa, or we're going to be like, oh yay, okay, it was just 3 or 4 books. So we'll see what happens, but we did agree to it because again, we want to make these resources available to all of our rural communities. And I know that many of you, when you lost the grants for the Humanities Kansas, just keep in mind that we do have the special programming grant. So you can always apply for that, and then you can get those speakers. I do have a list of all the speakers that did work with Humanities Kansas, and most of them are very willing to come out. So you would just pay them their fee and travel. And like I said, our grant may help to cover that, so that should be of a help to you. As many of you know, I think I just said my next line, like I wrote it up, I must have memorized. And then I'll just close by saying that this year, while presenting our system plan for the approval by the State Library Board on June 13th, it was humbling to be asked how the smallest system and the least amount of staff manages to do so much. And my answer has always been, I have a dedicated and hardworking staff. My hope in 2026 is that our team can become even stronger and continue to serve all of you, our friends and members. So thank you very much. We do appreciate you a lot. And we're there, so please call us.
You guys are awesome. You're great.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, we'll move on to old business. I didn't have any old business unless someone else does. Okay, we'll go on to new business. The presentation of the 2026 Northwest Kansas Library System Plan and Budget.
Yes, so here is our new plan. Hopefully everyone got an opportunity to look through it. I think that you will see that it is very different from previous years. All of the regional directors did work with the state librarian, Ray Walling, and this was over the course of the last 2 years. So last year I tweaked ours a bit, but didn't do it exactly the way that the template was, but I do feel like, you know, we have people who say, well, how much money goes into this? How much money goes into that? So it is all spelled out. There is not any portion of it. I mean, it starts right here with, you know, what are our, you know, what are our goals? What do we do? So we spelled all that out. Then we kind of go, did we alter our plans at all? The only thing that I said we altered was that, again, financially things are a little more unstable, so we've got to switch some things around to not include funds that we would have normally included, because of course we'll get them. Well, maybe not of course anymore. But one of the other things too that was sort of interesting is the Book Fest. I don't know how many of you have gotten to attend, but I know that Katie is going to get to go, so we're very excited for her. So she applied for a grant, and you got that. I haven't let you know yet. We're all set. You should have been getting the check. Yeah, we're really excited because 2 years ago, they worked with Fort Hays. And I just thought it was so neat that we talked with our staff and things about, you know, I just think that it's a fabulous idea, but again, it never, no offense to you ladies, but it never gets past the line. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the end thing. You know, it's like, we don't exist out here, so they don't bring out, you know, the authors. We have brought authors to our area. But, so I was like, well, we're not going to get to do that. Well, then out of the blue, like 2 days before we went to present the plan, Kathleen Holt from, those of you who know the public radio, so she works for them, sweet, sweet lady. She's like, I was just wondering if you would be interested, and I guess she's spoken with you too, Melanie. She told me that she had, and I said, we would love to be able to coordinate with you, to help promote it, so we'll be doing that in 2026. So we're excited. So yet another project, ladies. Don't go anywhere. You'll just have one more on the plate. So, but yeah, we're very excited about that. But so that was one thing that changed. Staffing and consulting, nothing there changed. They did just ask for us, the state librarian asked us to kind of spell all this out. I think the desire was to have something that each state library board member could compare to another regional. But I think as regional directors, you know, Gail would join me in saying that we are like apples and oranges. I mean, none of us are the same. I mean, we may be doing the same kinds of services for our members, but it looks very different in every single place. You know, we're not the same as any others. We do have the smallest budget, but again, I feel like, you know, we just try to provide the services that you have requested and continue to. So just keep telling us what you need. That matters the most to us. So it does spell out like our projects. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them, but it does spell right out, total funding, how much of the budget was this, you know, so you can see all of it spelled out instead of me going, well, I think that was about 10%. So you know exactly what it is. So our budget matches. Some people might have a question back here where it is the 100 and, wrong one, right here, the 103%. That's because of not factoring in that 30,000. So once you factor that in, you know, we can't factor that in, so it's actually above. So then if we have the 30,000, you know, we don't include, we tell you the same thing, don't include grants, well, we didn't include that grant in that fund, so the general fund, so that makes any sense, hopefully it does. But yeah, it spells out everything. If there are any questions, like I said, I'm happy to answer anything, but that is the way that we were asked to create it. We followed the template. It was approved. So we were very thankful for that. The state library approved it on June 13th. So any questions or comments?
No comment, I guess. Now we'll open it up to public comment. You have 3 minutes you can talk. Anybody want to?
I actually have a question. Are you going to continue to host the Humanities Kansas book selections?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yep, we sure are. So we will still continue to take reservations for those and can get those out to everyone. I just got an email from Julie when she sent the one about Ray asking if we do the extra one, and she already let us know that she wants us to do it again. So I think they've been pleased. We all work together, the 4 of us. We all have a little sheet. These are your 4 or 5. These are your 5 or 6. So we all work together to do that. So yes, we've been successful. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
I just want to say that I personally appreciate everything that you ladies do because
Thank you.
you have been a tremendous help to me the last year and a couple of months.
Yeah, well, we love it. We love it. I know we have our new ladies from Elmina with us today, so we're very excited. Debbie and Gail. If you haven't met them, go meet them. So I had to introduce myself too, which I hope everybody knows. I mean, if you don't come afterwards and ask me, I'll talk to you. So.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote for a motion to adopt the system plan and the budget that Mary just presented. Do we hear a motion?
I'm moving.
Thank you, Terry. Second? Thanks, Warren. Yeah, Warren. Okay.
So, we'll run through this again. Yes. Cheyenne, Darla Dees.
Yes.
Decatur, Julie Carter.
Yes.
Sheridan, Kayleen Oakley.
Yes.
Bird City Public, Connie Chambers. Yes. St. Francis, Terry Finley.
Yes.
St. Francis School, Nancy Waldring.
Yes.
James City, Joan McKinney.
Yes.
Oberlin City, Warren Boehner.
Yes.
Grove City, Susan Beasley.
Yes.
Greenfield City, Bonnie Wood.
Yes.
Jay Johnson, Tanya Roberts.
Yes.
292 Wheatland, Nicolette Cox.
Yes.
Oakley Public, Steve Johnson.
Yes.
Almena City, Deborah Martinez.
Yes.
Lenora Public, Claudia Schoen.
Yes.
John Vincent on Zoom.
If you can just put a thumbs up, John, if you can hear me, that would be great.
Selden Public, Judy Rogers.
Yes.
Sheridan County, Sarah Derricks.
Yes.
Goodland Public, Karen Gillihan.
Yes.
Pioneer Memorial, Katie Schmidt. Colby 315, Melissa Brown.
Yes.
Waukene City, Sharon Stupelli.
Yes.
Sharon Springs Public, Sharon Van Allen.
Yes.
And USD 252, Weston, Cindy Howard.
Yes.
Okay, I think that motion carried.
Yeah,
Is there- okay.
Samantha did send in, so Samantha Gervitz did say yes, she has thumbs up. Like, thank you, Samantha, appreciate it. So hers would be a yes. She is
Oberlin.
from the school.
Oberlin Schools.
Oberlin Schools.
She's not a red, right?
What?
She's not a red.
Okay. Well, thank you anyway, Samantha, appreciate it. We'll take all the support we can get.
If I counted right, I think that was 26. Vote. Okay, motion carried. Now the approval of the 2026 Executive Board officers. So we'll have new officers. We're going to have Steve Johnson's going to be the chair. Yay, Steve. Warren is going to be first vice chair. Vice chair is Sharon from Sharon Springs. Second vice chair is, or she's going to be second.
I'm
vice
gonna be
chair.
second.
Joanne is secretary. And Ashley Smith Mabon is going to be the treasurer if you approve them. That is the ballot. So we need a motion to approve those.
I will wait to approve those officers.
Thank you, Connie. Second.
I'll second that. Bonnie Wood.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to adopt the 2026 Executive Board officers. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. Motion carried. Now the motion to approve the updated bylaws.
And I'll go ahead and explain, I'll go ahead and explain where that is. So in this section, about almost 3/4 of the way down in our bylaws, it says that we have two types of library memberships. Contracting members are libraries and counties which do not levy the system tax. So what... Anyway, sorry about that. But yes, so in the contracting members, we now specify that contracting members are libraries and counties which do not levy the system tax, who request services, so they're contracting, from Northwest Kansas Library System with the understanding they have no representation on the system vote board or voting rights on any matters presented to the full system board. It wasn't spelled out, but we had contracting members be like, well, I'm not, I thought I was a representative. I'm like, I don't know how you'd be a representative when you've chosen not to be a member of, we have members who we levy a tax against. So someone that we just contract with, they pay for all of those services. So any service that they get, we contract with them, and that's perfectly fine. But that doesn't give you the, representation on the board. It doesn't give you a vote. It doesn't give you, the right to say, oh, I don't like your system plan. Well, then you don't need a contract. I don't mean to be rude, but it's just like, if you're not wanting to be a member, we have members, and those are the perks of being a member. It's like anything else. So that was the change there. And then the only other one is on Article 7, where it says each participating library representative shall have one vote at the system board meeting. Non-legally established public libraries shall have voting power on all matters except those related to budgeting. And so we said, no, that's the same thing. So we have changed it to read in number 7 now that each representative shall have one vote at a system board meeting. The representatives of contracting libraries and non-legally established public libraries shall have no voting power. Shall have voting power on all power on all matters except those related to the budgeting and regional state funds. Is what it said prior. But our new language just says that each participating library representative shall have one vote at a system meeting. That's participating ones. Non-legally established ones shall have contracting libraries have no voting power at system board meetings. So, I mean, anyone can come to it. It's a public meeting, but they wouldn't be, there wouldn't be a roll call. They wouldn't be voting on the plan or the finances. So they wouldn't have any vested interest in that. So we did change those two portions of it. Yes?
Why did we include the language non-legally established? Are we doing
There could be. If they do not follow statute and they're not legally established, then they would not also.
We don't have.
We have a club library, so they do not get grants. We only have one, and that's in Brewster. So we do have a club library, so that one is considered a non-legally established because it is just a club. So they don't vote, they don't have representation either.
So
They're more than welcome to come, but yes, but they do not vote.
Then we need a motion to approve the bylaws.
I move we approve the change of the bylaws.
Okay, thank you, Warren. You need a second? I'll second. Okay. We moved and seconded to approve the updated Northwest Kansas Library System bylaws. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. Motion carried. Are there any announcements?
I don't think so. I think I shared all of those in my report.
Okay. All right, I guess we need a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Okay, Warren, thank you. And a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Been moved and seconded to adjourn.